here for another episode of Here I Am. And you're probably looking at this like, girl, it's early in the morning. It is. It's not even 7:30 yet. I'm on my way to work. I was just thinking, here I am trying to overcome everything that my parents have put me through. And this is not necessarily about me, but how many people do you know that are in, grown in their big age, are still dealing with things that their parents may have done to them, good, bad, and different. I'm not saying that they're bad people because they went through it. I'm not saying that they're good people because they went through it. What I'm saying is there's some people who are still affected by things that happened with their parents. And most people, when it comes to trauma, a lot of it stems from their parents. And I'm just gonna be one. That's just what it is. A lot of people, we all know, girls in their big age, and they be like, I got daddy issues. I mean, 45 years old and still have daddy issues. That is a thing. That is a real thing. And the reason why people don't talk about it is because it seems like they shouldn't be affected by it. But like, those are the foundational relationships in your life. Those are like that's your beginning. Literally before you even began, that's where you started, in your father, right? In your mother. But like, I think people put too much, not power, what's the word I'm looking for? They put too much on the relationships that they've been like, oh, I'm in this relationship and they traumatized me. Yes, that is very true. That can be very, very true. I've been in some traumatizing relationships. However, when it comes down to it, what was the reason why you got in the relationship to begin with? For me, that relationship started because I was doing what someone thought was best for me. That people pleasing thing, I got it bad for the people that I actually care about. Not that I don't care about everybody, but it's for people I hold their opinions at a higher level, or I put it on a pedestal. That's the word I'm looking for. I almost said podium. Jesus. But and it's interesting to see how the interactions with some people and their parents don't change over the years. Like, I'm grateful for my parents. Things with my parents started to change when I had my son. Like, that's being honest, that's when things really started. When I had Kyron, that's when things really changed. And whether they changed because they want a relationship with me or they want a relationship with my son, it doesn't really matter to me at this moment, as long as things don't go back to where they were. But there are days where it's like, here we go with this again. Things ain't really changed, and that happens. And unfortunately for those who, I won't call anybody a victim, for those of us who went through it, it kind of is a reminder of like, this is why I don't do this, and this, it can kind of send people down on a bad road. It really can, because it's like, why is this still happening after all these years? I don't know. Oh, my neck hurts so bad. carried on. I'm hurt like that's my grandmother, so that went on for 4 generations. And that's crazy. Like people, like things, small things like that keep carrying, and so you keep passing this trauma down. As now the things that happened to me, it didn't belong to me to begin with. That belonged to my grandmother. It might even belong to her mother. Quite frankly, it could have, because she was deaf and mute, so she couldn't hear. She never actually heard anybody say anything. But she got married multiple times, and why, I don't know. How and why, I don't really know. That ain't none of my business. But can you imagine being married to someone and you don't even love them, and you can't hear them tell you that they love you? That's crazy. Like that's wild. But I just think about that all the time. Like, a lot of stuff that our parents put us through didn't even belong to them, to be honest. It was a trickle-down effect, or a generational curse, generational cycle, whatever you want to call it. It was all of that. And now we got these grown people raising other grown people that are all dealing with the same things. That's why healing is so important. That's why I teach people to, get through, because you don't want to pass that on to your children. Listen, my son will be 3 in a couple weeks. And when I tell you he's the most affectionate little boy, he loves his mama, he loves his daddy, he loves his brothers, he loves his auntie, his grandparents, he loves everybody. But I would have never guessed that he was going to be like that based on how I was brought up. Like I was not, I didn't grow up in an affectionate household. I didn't grow up with hearing I love you all the time. I didn't hear that like that. Like, no. But I make it my business to make sure I tell my son I love him every single day. Every single day. Like, I don't doubt that my parents love me, but I was one of the people I needed to hear it, to know. Because I don't want to ever be in a position where I'm trying to figure out how you feel about me. I need to know. Like, and I'm the same way with other people. You don't have to second guess how I feel, baby. I'm very, it comes out either here or out of my mouth. You ain't got to second guess nothing. All right? But yeah, it was just something that was on my heart. But I hope y'all have a fantastic day. I don't know when y'all are going to see this, because I got a lot of these to get up. I'm going to do better with that. All right, y'all have a good one. Bye.